Luke Garrett just got a 4.83 second 3x3 average of 5 at home, but this is still so amazing. And yes, I'm going to break it down all of these 5 solves. Let's start with the first one, which is a 466. He's going to do green cross. He's going to see his cross pieces here, 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 and here. And he's also going to notice this free pair, which he's going to preserve during the cross, which can be pretty easy because this white edge is just next to this green one. Sorry, this red one, which means after we insert this one, this will be at the top layer, and these two will not affect this pair. So he starts from this angle and does the white edge with a B prime to make it better for execution for these two, and then R2, D, R prime to solve the last two, and now we just have this pair into the front layer. And now he also saw this edge and this corner right down here, so he just does these two, like so. Note that Luke's F2L is always very, very simple and mostly RU gen just for better look ahead and TPS. So he does not do fancy tricks like this, but instead he just goes for the simple version of every single case, and so far it has worked perfectly well in this average. We next have this pair. You can see he rotates a lot as well to maintain the RU and LU flow, to maintain his TPS, and then this last pair into the front. And here Luke notices the sledge case, which will orient edges, not only orient edges, but also solve OLL. But unfortunately on this last R prime, he locks up a bit on this move, and doesn't get a sub 4.5, but still, it's a 466, a very, very solid sub 5 single for Luke. And now, onto the second solve. This solve is the worst solve of the average, but it's still a 5.39, and it still has a lot of things worth breaking down. He's going to do a yellow Xxcross. His cross pieces are here, 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 and here. Firstly, notice that after that we can bring up this orange edge, so that these two, after we bring this red edge to the back, can be solved alongside with this one. And finally, we just have to deal with this edge. That is the concept of our cross. We also notice this corner, which after we bring up this edge and bring back that edge, this will become a block. So what Luke notices is that he can bring up and bring that over and solve these, and it will form a block right here, and its corresponding edge is right here. So after he inserts this final cross edge, like so, he can just straight up insert this edge into the back where it belongs to go with this block, like so, and he will have himself an Xxcross. And now his second pair right here into the back. Notice that Luke leaves rooms for both his front slots for the last two pairs, which is very good for look ahead. And now here, a brilliant strikes Luke. I don't know if this is intuition or pre-planned pattern recognition, but Luke does some amazing multi-sliding here, because normally you just solve this pair like so, right? But Luke here does R prime U2 R. What that does, that may seem seemingly random, but that may seem completely random, I'm sorry, but it actually brings this edge from here to here, closer to this corner, which is nestled down in the slot where this pair will take it out. And if you notice, after we pair this pair again, it will actually result in these two forming a free pair. Now, I don't know if Luke saw this. I don't know if Luke actually studied this multi-sliding trick, or if it was just pure intuition or just pure luck, but that was actually amazing. And then he just goes, and then just its very standard last layer, fat anti-soon into T-perm. And now onto the third solve, which is a 469. Luke does a simple white cross here. His cross pieces are here, 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 and here. Pretty simple. His first pair is going to be this corner and this edge. See if you can predict it. So he's going to solve these two first, relative to this one, and then solve the last one. Well, this corner will form a block right here, which means that it's going to be this case. So he just cancels. So he just cancels into this pair. And he also notices, this will be a free pair as well. So he just rotates to insert them. And now his third pair right here, he brings it out and inserts it in the back. And now this pair. So you notice that his third and fourth pair solutions aren't that efficient, but it's just no nonsense, pure RU and LU and rotation solving, which makes for a great look ahead and TPS, as I mentioned. And then just another very standard last layer, Fatsoon into JA perm. Alright, now we arrive at the fourth solve, which is the fastest solve in the average, a 454. Luke does orange cross on this solve, facing this angle. So what he'll notice is that he'll actually do a double Xxcross using both of these two blocks, and also this solved edge in the back. I think this is the most ingenious solve out of all of these. So here's the plan. He's going to insert this block after moving this edge over to this spot, right? And then he's going to insert this block to this spot while preserving this, and that will put this edge into the back. And also you notice that this corresponding edge to this block is right here, which you can insert along with this edge into the back with this. So the overall cross goes like this. First doing that, solving this block, and then notice he'll bring over this block and insert it to here. Notice the position of this edge and this edge. This edge is already solved, and so you can just insert both of them into the back, like so. This edge goes in, this edge goes in, these two blocks are solved, and we have a complete double Xxcross in the back. I think this is a purely ingenious solution by Luke. I think all of you can learn a lot of things from this double Xxcross. And now, his third pair, and coincidentally, his fourth pair also becomes a free pair into the back. Very nice solving here by Luke. And then just another normalized layer. A bit unfortunate with the F perm, but still 454, the fastest solve of the average. And then finally, the last solve, a 515 to round up this 483 average. His cross pieces are here, 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 and here on white. First, he does these two, like so. And he also notices that after he does this blue edge, this edge will be solved into the back as well, alongside with it. And its corresponding corner would be right here. So again, he builds an Xxcross out of this corner by inserting it into the slot along the way. And now he has an Xxcross, and his second pair right here, right in front. So he inserts it again into the back slots. So he has both open slots in front. And now third pair. And fourth pair with very nice edge orientation, because normally you do something like this. But here Luke does U, F prime, U prime F to orient edges, because now he can do a sledge. And this is a very hilarious moment in the solve. So basically, Luke, instead of doing the normal Zbll for this case, Luke recognizes this case and does an absurd alg. I never see this alg before. I don't know if Luke actually uses this alg in his daily solves, but he does F60 F prime into this ELL, where basically you have this block at the back in this opposite color here, where basically for this ELL, you insert this edge, you take this edge out into here, and then you reinsert this edge into the back. And now you solved all edges and all corners on top. That's how this ELL goes, and that's how Luke's alg for this Zbll case goes. I have a much better alg, so for this case you do this. Apparently, Luke does not know that alg, and instead does that ridiculous algorithm mid-solve, with quite some pauses, I might add. But, you know, still, he got a 483 average, and I didn't. So maybe that alg actually works in solves. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.